Good evening, good evening. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know. Let me know. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm there are no noise in the background. Please confirm. Good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're connecting from. Hope you had a great day. Hope your weekend was awesome. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I'm so excited to have you in today's live stream. You're welcome. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm there is no noise in the background. You are welcome. I hope you're prepared for this week. I hope you are prepared for this week. How prepared are you? Have you done your homework? Have you done your post analysis? You've got to have a plan for the week. You've got to have a plan for the week. What is your plan for the week? Let me know in the comment section. What instrument would you be trading this week? Which session would you be trading? What is the risk you would be taking on every trade you execute in the market? I would like to know in the comment section. I'd like to know in the comment section. Please, can you hear me? Is everything okay at your hand? Can you hear me? Is everything okay at your hand? Everything okay at your hand? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Okay, good evening, Mr. Atonda. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you have any question, you have any pair you want us to analyze tonight, drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, you have any pair you would want us to analyze tonight, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. You all are welcome. You are welcome. What is your plan for the week? What is your plan for the week? Which pair are you trading this week? Let me know in the comment section. Mr. Anayo, good evening. Okay, Mr. Anayo says GBP JPY. Gold and GBP JPY, Mr. Adebayo. Gold and GBP JPY. Okay, so Mr. Anayo, what is your bias for GBP JPY? What is your bias for GBP JPY? Mr. Adebayo, what is your bias for GBP JPY and gold? Good evening, Mr. Joseph. Good evening. Mr. Anayo, you want to trade GBPY this week. I believe you've done your post analysis on GBP JPY. What is your bias on GBP JPY? Mr. Adebayo, what is your bias on GBP JPY? You should have done your post analysis. What is your bias for GBP JPY? Mr. Joseph, you're considering trading gold. What is your bias for gold? Okay, Mr. Adebayo says the trend is considering selling. Okay, the trend is bearish. Mr. Anayo, what is your bias for GBP JPY? So before we look at the chart, I want us to look at the fundamentals for the week. It's very important that you are aware of the news that will be released this week. It's very important. So we'll start by looking at the calendar, which starts from 23rd to 28th. Okay. So these are the major news that will be released this week. Okay, these are the major news that will be released this week, starting from tomorrow. Okay, we have several news coming from Europe and also Great Britain and United States. So we're expecting French flash manufacturing PMI from Europe. We're expecting German flash manufacturing PMI also from Europe, 9:15, 9:30 a.m. Nigerian time, and flash manufacturing PMI from Great Britain by 10:30 a.m. And United States also will be releasing flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI by 2:45 p.m. Nigerian time. And by 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Governor Ballet speaks. Okay, so we should expect high volatility tomorrow. High volatility on Euro pairs, Great Britain pound pairs, and also United States dollar pairs. We should expect high volatility on those pairs tomorrow. Okay. Normally, I don't like trading on Mondays. I don't like trading on Mondays, but because there are several major news to be released tomorrow, high volatility is expected. So I would be considering trading GBP USD, Euro USD tomorrow. Okay, I'll be considering trading Euro USD, GBP, and GBP USD tomorrow. So I will be considering trading the New York session. New York session. Okay, my trade will be in New York session. Then on Tuesday, there are no major news from the United States. Okay, on Tuesday, no major news. And on Wednesday, we have Australian dollar CPI, that's consumer price index, will be released. We have been given the previous value, no forecast value for CPI. Okay, no forecast value yet. So we are waiting for forecast and the actual value. The forecast value most likely will be given before Wednesday. The forecast value will be given most likely before Wednesday. Okay. Then also on Wednesday, GBP, Great Britain will be releasing their CPI data. Okay, by 8 a.m. Nigerian time. Then annual budget release from Great Britain also. Then on Thursday, so we have just two major news on Wednesday, one from Australia and the other from Great Britain pounds. Okay. On Thursday, United States will be releasing their GDP and unemployment claims on Thursday, 1:30 p.m. And on Friday, Great Britain will be releasing their retail sales. Then Canada will be releasing its gross domestic product, that's GDP. And on Friday, Friday, USD United States will be releasing core PCE price index. So it's only on Tuesday we don't have a major news. It's only on Tuesday. Every other days, a major news will be released from one of the countries. Okay, so this week we should expect high volatility in the market. Okay, we should expect high volatility in the markets. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. If there's any pair you want us to analyze together tonight, drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. Mr. Adebayo said he's considering trading gold and Great Britain JPY. Mr. Anayo says he's considering also trading GBP JPY. And Mr. Adebayo says he's biased for GBP JPY is bearish. Mr. Anayo says his bias is bullish. The both of you might be right. It all depends on the time frame you're looking at. It all depends on the time frame you're looking at. The both of you might be correct. Okay, so that is it for the fundamentals. Okay, so let's look at DXY. Let's look at DXY. It's very important that we know this before we look at currency pairs. Okay, so let's know the trend on DXY before we look at currency pairs. These are the things I do before the market opens. I want to check the fundamentals. I also want to know the strength of the dollar. If the dollar is bearish, then I expect to see a bullish pattern or a bullish trend on Great Britain pounds USD. Pairs that have USD as the counter, as the quote currency, would be bullish, and pairs that have the dollar as the base currency would be bearish. I hope you're following. I hope you're following. Okay, so while we're waiting for TradingView to launch, okay, let's go to the charts. So we'll start with GBP JPY. What can I see on GBP JPY? We'll start with the weekly time frame. What can I see on GBP JPY? Okay, let's start with the weekly time frame. So last week candle closed as a shooting star. Last week candle closed as a shooting star after testing this resistance level. So going by this pattern on the weekly time frame, we can tell that the buyers are getting exhausted. That is what a shooting star indicates. When a shooting star candle forms in an upward trend, it indicates that the buyers are getting exhausted and sellers are showing up in the market. That is what a shooting star candle indicates. Okay, when you have a shooting star candle form in an upward trend, it indicates that the buyers are becoming weaker and the sellers are showing up in the market. So there's a high probability that price will drop from that level. Okay, but because this candlestick closed bullish, you can see the body of this candle is bullish. We can't just jump in and start selling. So if we're just focused on the weekly time frame, we would have to wait for this week candle to close bearish before we take a decision on GBP JPY. Before we conclude that GBP JPY is bearish, we would have to wait for this week candle to close bearish before we decide to sell GBP JPY. So in as much last week candle closed bullish, we cannot jump in and start selling. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So what do we do? Let's go down to daily time frame. If we go down to daily time frame and we are able to identify a bearish reversal pattern, a valid bearish reversal pattern on the daily time frame, then we can consider selling. We don't want to wait for this week candle to close before we make a decision, right? So we go down to the next lower time frame. If we're able to identify a bearish reversal pattern on daily, then we can sell GBP JPY. We can go bearish on GBP JPY. Okay, so let's go down to daily. What do we have on a daily time frame? What do we have on a daily time frame? So you can see the pattern we have on a daily time frame. We had a shooting star here, and this next candle closed bearish, right? It closed below the low of this candle. So this is where one would have executed a sell trade on GBP JPY. This is where we would have executed a sell trade on GBP JPY after the close of this candle. Okay, even before the close of this candle, if we go by what we have on a daily, if you go down to 4 hour, what do we have on 4 hour? Let's see. So this would have been a good entry for GJ. After this candlestick closed below the low of this bullish candle, this would have been a good time to sell GBP JPY. Now, based on what we have on 4 hour time frame, let me go back to daily. I hope you're all following. Can you still hear me, guys? Are you following? Please drop a comment. I want to be sure you all can still hear me loud and clear. Okay, so if we look at what we have, the pattern we have on 4 hour time frame, what pattern do we have here on 4 hour time frame? You can see that price is sitting. I think price tested this demand zone. Can you see? I think price tested this resistance, which became a support. Okay, so you can see price tested this zone, which is a demand zone, or you call it your support zone. Right? You call this your support zone, and there's a strong rejection from that zone. There's a strong rejection from that zone. Okay, so weekly is bearish, but it's not confirmed based on the weekly. We go down to daily. What do we have on a daily? On a daily, okay, we have this on a daily time frame, but on 4 hour time frame, the pattern we have on a 4 hour time frame contradicts what we have on. If you go down to 4 hour, sorry, let's go down to 4 hour. So you can see the pattern we have on 4 hour time frame. Can you see this pattern? If you apply your Fibonacci, from this swing low to this swing high, or you even, let's say you even decide to work from this swing low to this swing high, I'm sure price is at a discount area. Let's see. Can you see? If you work with this swing low, this previous swing low, with this previous swing high, you can see that price is currently at a discount area. Price tested a discount area and there was a strong rejection from there. You can see, so price is currently at a discount area, and at discount we don't sell, right? We don't sell at discount, we buy at discount. I would have said price would come down here to fill this fair value gap. I would have said, okay, price will come back to fill this fair value, but as you can see, price had already filled this fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap here? Can you see this fair value gap? Price had already filled this fair value gap. Can you see that? So based on what we have on 4 hour time frame, price is at discount now. I would think GJ would buy. That's what I say on GJ based on this 4 hour pattern. Okay, based on this 4 hour pattern, GJ is likely going to pull back. Okay, GJ is likely going to pull back. Now, before I would buy GJ, let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see what we have on 1 hour time frame. Okay, so you can see the pattern we have on 1 hour time frame. Can you see this pattern? What pattern is this? Can someone tell me what pattern is this? What is the name of this pattern on 1 hour time frame? What is the name of this pattern on 1 hour time frame? Can someone tell me what is the name of this pattern? Someone should please tell me what is the name of this pattern on 1 hour time frame. I'm waiting for your response. What is the name of this pattern? Engulfing, yeah, engulfing, yeah. This is an engulfing pattern. This is an engulfing pattern. So 4 hour indicates that there are buyers in the market, that the trend is likely, price is likely going to go up. 1 hour also indicates that price is likely going to go up. Okay, but if you take a buy, personally, I can't take a buy trade from the current market price, because if we go down to lower time frame like 15 minutes, I'm sure a fair value gap was created after the formation of this candle. I'm very sure a fair value gap was created. Yeah, bullish engulfing. You all are correct. You all are correct. So you can see, so if I want to buy GJ, I want to see price pull back. You can see it's created a fair value gap here. I want to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. This is where I will consider buying GJ. If price does not pull back to fill this fair value gap, I would not buy GJ. I would not buy GJ. And if GJ breaks out from this zone, if price breaks out from this zone, there is a high probability that GJ will continue selling. It will keep selling. If price breaks out from this zone, if it is below this zone, then we expect more bearish move on GJ. Are you guys with me? We should expect more bearish move on GJ. Now, for someone who said he is considering buying GJ, right? If you are considering buying GJ, you cannot buy GJ from this current market price. Look at where you should have bought GJ. This is where, after the formation of this candle, this is where you should have entered buy. If you had not entered buy after the formation of this candle, you would have entered buy after the formation of this candle. So if you decide to buy GJ from the current market price, remember you always consider the risk on the trade before you execute, before you take the trade. So if you decide to buy GJ from this point, your stop loss will be here, which is 40 pips. If you had bought, by now you should have break even. You can see the market had already moved 56 pips in your direction. By now you would have adjusted your stop loss to break even, right? You would have adjusted your stop loss to break even. But if you decide to buy from the current market price, your risk will be very high. You're buying from this point, your stop loss will be at this point. That's about 80 pips. And if you are risking 80 pips, you'll be aiming for, let's say, 120 pips minimum. So at the moment, the risk on this trade is high. So the best thing to do is wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy. I hope that is clear. So my bias for GJ, okay, my bias for GJ is buy. But before I would buy, I want to see price fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Most likely, it will want to come and fill this fair value gap at a premium area. It is likely going to pull back to fill this fair value gap. Okay, it's likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before it sells. That's my expectation on GJ. Okay, so if I decide to buy from this point, my stop loss will be few pips below the low of this candle, probably maybe 50 pips, and my target will be this zone. I can just go for, let's say, 100 pips. I can just go for 100 pips because you would agree with me that this high, the high of this candle, is an area of liquidity. This high, the high of this candle is an area of liquidity. Most likely, they will come sweep the liquidity residing at this previous high. And because there is a fair value gap above this level of liquidity, there is a high probability they want to fill this fair value gap. So if I buy from this point, I can use the high of this candle as my TP. So I'll be risking like 50 pips to make 100 pips, which is 1:2 risk reward. I hope that is clear. So that is my take for GJ. Someone said he is considering selling GJ. Someone said he is considering buying GJ. The both of you are correct. If I want to sell GJ, I want to sell after this fair value gap gets filled. But at the moment, my bias is buy. When these gaps get filled and I see a good bearish setup, I can sell. I can sell. You cannot sell GJ at the current market price. You should have entered sell at this area. This is where you should have entered sell. So you cannot be selling at the current market price. That is my take. I might be wrong, but that is my take based on what I'm seeing on the chart. Based on what I'm seeing on the chart, that is my take. Okay, buy if you want to buy. Wait for price to pull back to this zone. Buy to this fair value gap, and if you want to sell, sell after price fills this fair value gap. That is my take on GJ. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay, so let's see DXY. What is the trend on DXY? What is this trend on DXY? What's happening here? I want to delete objects on the chart. I want to delete objects on the chart. Normally, when you right click on the chart, it brings up that option. But I can't see that now. Is it not working? Okay. I guess it's internet. So let's start with the weekly time frame. So what can you see? What's your take on? I'd like to know what's your take on DXY based on how last week candle closed. What's your take on DXY based on how last week candle closed? What's your take? What's your take on DXY? Let me know in the comment section. Those of you that use candlestick pattern in identifying change in trend, what is your take on DXY? I want to know. Drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. I would like to know what's your take. Are we bearish or bullish? Are we bearish or bullish on DXY? I hope you all can hear me. What's your take based on this pattern, on the candlestick pattern, on the daily, no, the weekly time frame? What's your take? Is this a bearish or bullish reversal pattern? I'm waiting for your response. What's your take? What's your take? Are we bearish on DXY or bullish? You all are not responding. I want to believe you all can hear me. What is your take? What is your take on DXY? What's your take? What's your take? Mr. Joseph, Mr. Atonda, Mr. Anayo, what's your take? I'd like to know before I share my position, my opinion on DXY. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay, so on DXY, on DXY, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, the candlestick pattern that formed is it's an armor, right? And this past week, candle closed bullish. So based by this pattern, based on this pattern, okay, this is a bullish reversal pattern. Also, that last week candle closed above the high. See, last week candle closed above the high of the previous candle, the high of the previous week. This tells me there are more demand than supply. That's what Okay, so you can see what we have here on the daily time frame, DXY daily time frame. Last Friday candle, we had a resistance here, which has become a support because last Friday candle closed above this resistance. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? What's happening? Um, can you all hear me? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? I'm sorry for the break. It's due to poor network. Can you all hear me? Everything okay? Can you hear me? Hi, is it better now? I have to switch network. Is it better now? Is it better now? Is it better now? Better? All right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So on the daily time frame, yes, what we have here, we had the market with a sweep, okay, with a sweep here. The time frame, and market structure. Can you see that on the time frame? This was a sweep of liquidity. You can see this was a sweep of liquidity. Okay, and we have shift in market structure on the daily. Okay, you can see we have shift in market on daily time frame. Hello, can you hear me? Is everything okay now? Is everything okay? Is it breaking? Is it still breaking? Is it still breaking? It's still cracking. Okay, I need to fix it. network, oh please. Let me see. Let me check into another network. Let me switch to another network. MTN is failing. Airtel is failing. We're still here. I'm still here. Still here. I think this should be better. It's better now. I think it's better now. It's bullish. Is everything okay now? I think we're back. I think we're back. I think it's okay now. Please confirm you can hear me. Please confirm everything is okay at your end. Can you all hear me now? I think we're back now. We're back. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. All right. Thank you. I really appreciate you for your patience. Thank you. So let's move on. Let's move on. The devil is a liar. Rich people don't want you to make money this week. Their plan has failed. So, like I said, this sweep last week declared lakeside market structure. So based on what I think, buy. I think there's buy. Let's see what we have on 4 hour. Okay, so you can see on 4 hour, you can see on 4 hour, USDXY has been right, has been in the last week. It broke out, not a serious breakout. Can you see? It broke out from this to sweep liquidity residing high of this range. Could it be? Could it be? You can see at this highs of this range, we had several areas of liquidity. Could it be they just wanted to clear the liquidity residing at that high? Okay, now as you can see on 4 hour time frame, you can see we have a fair value gap here. So this fair value gap, we want to fill this fair value gap. If they would continue with this bullish move, price will pull back. That is my expectation on DXY. This fair value gap, I think this fair value gap that was created on 4 hour time frame needs to be filled. Okay, that's my expectation on DXY. This gap needs to be filled before going bullish. Okay, that's my take on DXY. It could be that this breakout here, this breakout here could just be to clear the liquidity residing at the high of that range. And you can see after they clear the liquidity, you can see the pattern that formed cleared. You can see this is a shooter. This is a shooting star. So if 4 hour candle closes bear on DXY, I would set DXY to this fair value gap. If the bearish, I would want to see DXY pull back. We have on 4 hour. Let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see. So on 1 hour also, you can see this is the fair value gap on 1 hour. Okay. You can see this fair value gap on 1 hour. They are most likely going to come and fill this gap. That's my take on DXY. Long term, it looks bullish, but short term, it looks bearish. So if a 4 hour candle closes bearish, okay, if it closes bearish, not just closing bearish, it should close below this support. Okay, it should, you can see the support that it created on 1 hour time frame. This support is created, the 4 hour candle should close below the low of this candle. That is when I'll be considering going bearish on DXY. I hope you're getting me. 4 hour should close below this support. If you go back here, you can see it was a resistance which became a support. Also, we had it as a support here, resistance which became a support. If you go back here also, we have a resistance which has become a support. So if price is able to break this key support zone, this is a key support zone because this level has been used as support, a resistance zone support, like at least 2 times. That's why it's a key or a strong support level. So if a 4-hour candle closes below this support, there's a high probability DXY would sell to fill this fair value gap. Okay, this will be the first target. It could sell, fill this fair value gap, and continue with its bullish move, or it could even come break out from these lows, the low of the range. That's what I see on DXY. I hope that is clear. So DXY could sell Monday, Tuesday to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. But like I said, for me to go bearish on DXY, I want to see 4-hour candle close below this support. 4-hour candle should close below this support. That is when I would go bearish on DXY. I hope that is clear. Any question on DXY, let me know in the comment section. If there's any currency pairs you want, please drop it in the comment section. Okay, let me know in the comment section if there's any pair you want us to look at. Drop it in the comment section. Any question on DXY before we move to currency pairs? Any question on DXY? Please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. We are all here to learn, okay? If you have a contrary opinion on DXY, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question on DXY, let me know in the comment section. Any question on DXY, is that clear? Okay. I'm not bullish on DXY at the moment, okay? I'm not bullish at the moment. I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish at the moment. I've told you guys what I need to see for me to sell. Okay, I'm waiting for price to close below this low for me to sell. And if I want to go bullish on DXY, I want to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap. This is where I will be considering going bullish on DXY. But if a 4-hour candle or 1-hour candle breaks out from this zone, then there's a high probability the liquidity residing at this previous low, this relative low, would be cleared. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on DXY. It's very important if you're trading the major currency pairs. I believe you all know the 7 major currency pairs. You all know the 7 major currency pairs. Those are pairs that have the dollar. Those are the pairs that have the dollar. Okay? The pairs that have dollar are said to be major currency pairs. That is when you trade a major currency against the dollar. We have 8 major currencies. If you're trading one of those major currencies against the dollar, that is referred to as a major currency pair. And there are 7. There are 7 major currency pairs. I believe you all know them. 7 major currency pairs. Let's see that on the market watch window. We have the USD CHF, we have GBP USD, Euro USD, USD JPY, USD CAD, Australian dollar USD, and New Zealand USD. You see, the New Zealand USD, that's the 7 major currency pairs. So it's very important that you know the strength of the dollar before you trade these major currency pairs. I hope that's clear. Let's start with GBP USD. The market has opened. Can you see the gap? Can you see the gap? Can you see the gap? So let's start with analysis. Okay, what is your take on the X on the USD? I would like to know. Share in the comments what is your take on the USD. Are we bearish on the USD or bullish on the USD? I would like to know your take on GBP. Drop it in the comment section. What is your take? Are we bullish on the Yeah, okay, it's cracking again. Let's just be patient. Let's just be patient. It will be back. It will be back in a few Let's just be patient. Is it better now? How is it now? Is it better? Is it better now? Please confirm it's better now. Please confirm it's better now. Confirm it's better, please. You all can see my chat. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so GBP USD, GBP USD. What's your take on GBP USD? Let me know in the comment section. What's your take on GBP USD? What is your take on GBP What is your take on GBP USD? Let me know in the comment section. What's your take on GBP USD? USD. What is your take on GBP USD? Okay, so 2 weeks ago, the candle closed as a spinning top, a bullish spinning top, and last week candle closed as a shooting star. Okay, it closed as a shooting star, and the previous week closed as a spinning top. This two candlestick pattern indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. Okay, this two candlestick pattern indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. Okay, now after the formation of last week, and this is my concern on the weekly time frame. This is my concern on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, last week candle did not close below the low of the previous week candle. That's my concern on the weekly time frame. Last week candle, the low of the previous candle. Okay, that's my concern on the weekly time frame. Now let's daily time frame. After the close of last week candle, what do we have on daily time frame? So this is what we had last Friday. Last Friday. Can you see this? Last Friday. So on a daily time frame, the market didn't close below the low of this candle. Can you see that? The market didn't close below the low. Here on the daily time, we have a doji, we had hanging man, and we had a bearish candle that formed. This indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. The daily is that on the weekly, the markets, the candle didn't close below the low of the previous week candle. Can you see that? Candle didn't close below the low of this candle. You would also see that we had a resistance here, which became a support. We also had a resistance here, which became support level. And price tested that zone last Friday. And what do we have? There was a rejection. So for this is a demand zone. So my buyer for GBP USD based on the pattern we have on daily hour, okay, my bias is bullish. My bias is bullish. I would consider selling if it closes below this zone. If a 4-hour candle closes below this zone, that is when I will consider going bearish on the daily and 4-hour time frame. My bias is bullish. Okay, My bias is bullish. Now let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see the pattern that formed on 4 hour time frame after the close of Friday candle. Let's go down to 4 hour. So you can see what we have on 4 hour time frame. You can see what we had on 4 hour time frame. We had an hammer. This is an hammer candle. Can you see this? This is an hammer candle, and you can see the last 4 hour candle closed as what? This is a spinning bottom, a bearish spinning bottom. Okay, so if the current 4 hour candle, the candle that will close after this bearish candle is bullish, I would be going bullish. If this current candle closes bullish, my bias for GU would be bullish. If the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, this candle will close by 2 p.m. Nigerian time. If it closes bullish, I would consider buying GBP USD if it closes bullish. Okay, now the reason I wouldn't sell from the current market price is this. The reason I would not sell from the current market price, and the reason I would advise you not to sell at the current market price, this would have been the best time to sell GU after the close of this candle. This is where one would have sold GBP USD after the formation of this spinning top and the next candlestick close bearish. This is where one would have entered sell on GU. Now, if you had entered sell from this point, by now you should be out of the market because your risk on this trade is about, let's say, 20 pips, 20 pips, and let's say your target was 40 pips. By now you should be out of this trade. So if you didn't sell from this point, you had another opportunity to sell after this pullback. You can see after this pullback, I think it's better now. I think it's better now. You can see price pulled back. So if you had missed this first opportunity to catch the trend, to join the trend, after this pullback, you can see the candlestick pattern that formed. This is a spinning top, a spinning top. Can you see? So this was another opportunity for you to sell. If you had missed this opportunity, why would you want to sell at this price? I think it's oversold. Yeah, I think it's oversold. Okay, so I would expect price, if I want to sell GU, I would expect price to pull back. As you can see, it created a fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap it created. I would expect price to pull back to fill this fair value gap before considering selling. I cannot sell from the current market price. I hope you're getting me. You cannot be considering selling. Why didn't you sell from this point? Why didn't you sell from this point? You missed the first move, you missed the second move. You had another opportunity here after this pullback. After this pullback, you had another opportunity here. So you've missed first opportunity, second opportunity, third opportunity. Why would you sell from that, from the current market price? So if you are considering selling GU, wait for price to pull back, fill this fair value gap. That's my expectation on GU. But like I said, for me to buy GU, DXY must be bearish. And I've told you what I'm looking out for on DXY. I need a bearish reversal pattern to form on DXY before I would go bearish. So before I would buy GU, I would have to ensure that DXY is bearish. I hope that is clear. Mr. Joseph, I hope everything is okay now. I hope that is clear. That is my take on GU. Okay, I'm considering buying GU Monday, Tuesday. Okay, that's my take on GU. Okay, I want to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap before going bearish on GU. That's my take on GU. Any question on GU before we move to the next pair? Any question on GU before we go to the next pair? Any question? If you have a contrary view, please let me know in the comment section. If you have a contrary view, let me know in the comment section. We are here to learn. We are here to learn. Let me know if you have a contrary view. Let me know in the comment section. I hope that is clear. That is my take on GBP USD. Let's move to the next pair. That will be Australian dollar USD. Let's start with the weekly time frame on Australian dollar USD. So last week candle closed bearish. It closed bearish. Okay. So after the close now, you can see last week candle also tested this resistance level. Can you see it? Tested this resistance level before it starts selling. Can you see that? So after the close of last week candle, you would also notice here, this is my concern here. You would also notice on Australian dollar USD that the market didn't close below the previous week candle. Can you see it? It just tested the low of the previous week candle. If it had closed below the low of the previous week candle, I would have concluded that Australian dollar USD is bearish. I would have just concluded that Australian dollar USD is bearish. But the fact that it didn't close below the low of the previous week candle is something to be concerned about. Okay, it's something you need to be concerned about. Okay, so let's go down to daily. Let's go down to daily. Let's see the pattern that formed on the daily time frame. Okay, so you can see we had a support here. Can you see that? We had a support here. Price tested this support zone. Okay, it tested this support zone, and you can see at the moment there's a rejection from that zone. Can you see that? There's a rejection from that zone. Now, from this point to this point, you can see that Australian dollar USD was in a range. Now, this bullish move could be to clear the liquidity that was residing at the high of this candle, and this bearish move could be to clear the liquidity residing at this previous low. That is what I think played out on Australian dollar USD. Okay, so let's go down to 4-hour time frame. Let's go down to 4-hour time frame. On 4-hour time frame, what do we have on 4-hour time frame on Australian dollar USD? So you can see the pattern we have here on Australian dollar USD is similar to what we have on GBP USD, right? The pattern is similar to what we have on GBP USD. We had an hammer candlestick, hammer candle, and the next candle looks like an inverted hammer, but not a valid inverted hammer, not a valid inverted hammer. So if the current candle closes bullish, if the current candle closes bullish, I might consider buying GBP USD if the current 4-hour candle closes bullish. But let's go down to 1 hour. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. After the formation of this hammer, what pattern do we have on 1 hour time frame? What's the pattern on 1 hour time frame? So you can see this pattern we have on 1 hour. We have several bullish reversal pattern here. You can see. So this is what we had on 1 hour. Let's see 15 minutes. I'm sure on 15 minutes we'll be able to identify a bullish reversal pattern after the close of this bullish candle. Let's just check 15 minutes. There should be a bullish reversal pattern. So you can see the pattern we have here on 15 minutes time frame. Can you see this? This is a bullish reversal pattern. This is an hammer, a bearish hammer. The next candle closed bullish. It's also an hammer. This is a bullish hammer. So this is a bullish reversal pattern on 15 minutes time frame. So for me to buy Australian dollar USD tomorrow, which is Monday, I wouldn't just wait for 4-hour candle to close bullish. I also want to ensure that the market closes above the high of this last bearish candle. Okay, you can see that the market created a resistance level last Friday. It created a resistance level. So I want to see 1-hour candle closes above this zone. If 1-hour candle closes above this zone, I would be going bullish on Australian dollar USD. If 1-hour candle closes above this zone, I would be going bullish on Australian dollar USD, and I would expect Australian dollar USD to pull back and fill all this gap. You can see this fair value gap here. You can see all this fair value gap here. And this high here is an area of liquidity. All these highs are areas of liquidity. This high, okay, and also this high. This is an area of liquidity. So there's a high probability this zone or the liquidity residing at this previous high will be cleared. And since there are fair value gaps above this area of liquidity, there's a high probability they would want to fill these gaps before going bearish. That is my take on Australian dollar USD. Okay, that's my take. If 1 hour candle closes above the high of this candle, I would be going bullish on Australian dollar USD. Is that clear? Any question on Australian dollar USD? If you have any contrary view, let me know in the comment section. Like I said, I might be wrong. I don't get it right every time. I don't get it right every time. I might be wrong. So if you have a contrary view, please be willing to share. Okay, be willing to share. Drop it in the comment section. Any question on Australian dollar USD? If there's any instrument you want us to look at together, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. If there's any instrument you're planning to trade this week and you want to get my opinion on that instrument, let me know in the comment section. So that's my take on Australian dollar USD. Now let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. What's my take on gold this week? Let's start with the weekly time frame. Last week closed bullish. Last week candle closed bullish. That tells me gold is still very bullish. That tells me gold is still very bullish. Last week candle closed bullish. Okay, that tells me gold is still very bullish. Let's go down to, though this candlestick, last week candle looks like a shooting star, though not a valid shooting star. For it to be qualified to be called a shooting star, it should, the wick above it should be 2 times the body, at least 2 times the body. So as you can see, the wick above the body, the wick of this candle is not 2 times the body. I think the size of the body and the wick is the same thing. The length, I think, is the same thing. So this is not a valid shooting star. But let's go down to daily after the close of Friday candle. What pattern do we have on the daily? Let's see. So you can see the pattern we had last Friday on gold. So we had a spinning top. Okay, a spinning top. This would have been a good opportunity to sell. Okay, after the formation of this spinning top, you would have sold. And if you had sold, you would have made good profits on this trade, right? The risk of stop loss would have been at this level, 140. And if you are risking 140, you should go for at least 200 pips. And you can see it went down 100, and that's over 400 pips. Over 400 pips. So if you have not sold from this point, do you think it would be appropriate? Do you think it would be right to sell from this point? Let me know in the comment section. If you had not executed a sell after the formation of this spinning top, do you think it would make sense to sell from the current market price? I don't think that would be a good investment. I don't think that would be a good trade. Okay. Also, last Friday candle didn't close below the low of Thursday candle. It didn't close below the low of Thursday and Wednesday candle. This gives me concern. It didn't close below the low of this spinning top and also the low of this bullish candle. So let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour. So you can see on 4 hour, we had a spinning bottom. Can you see this? We had a spinning bottom. I think price tested, let's see. I think price tested this support. Did it get there? Okay, you can see. Price tested this support. And after testing this support, resistance turn support, what happened? A bullish reversal pattern formed. Can you see that on 4 hour time frame? A bullish reversal pattern formed. So based on the daily and 4 hour time frame, I would say gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish. Based on the pattern on the daily and the 4 hour time frame, gold is still bullish, and the weekly has not confirmed that there are more sellers in the market. It has not confirmed that supply has increased or has exceeded demand. Okay, so the weekly also is still bullish. Okay, so after the formation of this spinning bottom, let's go down to 1 hour to see the pattern we have on 1 hour. So you can see this is what we have on 1 hour. Okay, this is the pattern on 1 hour. So 1 hour also is bullish. Now let's see 15 minutes. Let's see the structure on 15 minutes. Let's see the structure on 15 minutes. Okay. Let's see the structure on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so this is a bullish setup. Okay, this is a bullish setup on 15 minutes time frame also. Okay, so for me, gold is still bullish. Okay, gold is still bullish, but I don't think buying gold at the current market price is a good price. Okay, I don't think buying gold. One would have entered buy at this point, and it has done over 80 something pips. So if you're considering buying gold, I would suggest you wait for price to pull back. Any issues, Mr. Joseph? Any issues, Mr. Joseph? Is everything okay, Mr. Joseph? Let me know. Okay. I would suggest if you want to buy gold, wait for price to pull back. Wait for price to pull back before you jump in and buy. That's my take on gold. Wait for price to pull back before you buy gold. That's my take on gold. So you can see on 5 minutes, we have a fair value gap here that has not been filled. You can see this fair value gap. Okay, and also we have a fair value gap here that has not been filled. Okay, this gap has not been filled. This gap has not been filled. This gap has not been filled. So if you're considering buying gold, I would advise you wait for price to pull back, fill this fair value gap before you buy gold. That's my take on gold. Gold is likely going to retrace. It's likely going to pull back before going bullish. That's my take on gold. My bias on gold this week still remains bullish. It still remains bullish. Technically, gold is bullish. Fundamentally, gold is bullish. Okay, gold is bullish. Any question on gold? Is that clear? Any question on gold? Let me know in the comment section. Any question on gold? Please, if you are yet to like this stream, please give it a thumbs up. Click on the like button. Click on the like button if you're yet to do that. That costs you nothing. Okay? Click on the like button so that others can get to see the video. And if this is your first time participating in the live stream, first I want to thank you for joining the stream, for participating in today's live stream, and I would appreciate that you subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube, or anytime I drop a video, you get notified by YouTube. So please do subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the community together. Okay, let's grow the community together. Any question on gold before we move to the next page? Any question on gold? Bullish fair value gap on gold. Is that your question, Mr. Joseph? The bullish fair value gap on gold, is that your question? Is that a question, Mr. Joseph? As you can see, if you look at what we have here on 4-hour time frame, on this 4-hour time frame, let me go back to 1 hour. So you can see this fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap. But before it fills this fair value gap, price should fill this bearish fair value gap before going bullish. That's my expectation. That's my expectation on gold. I expect price to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Is that clear? Is that clear, Mr. Joseph? If you are buying gold, you want to see price fill the buy side fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap. Is that clear, Mr. Joseph? Okay, so let's look at one or two more instruments before we end tonight's session. Is there any instrument or any pair you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. So Euro USD positively correlated with GBP USD. So if we're considering buying GBP USD, then we should also consider buying GBP USD. Euro USD. So let's start with the weekly time frame. Last week candle, you can see last week candle also on Euro USD. I think it didn't close below the low. It didn't close below the low. So I'm expecting EU most likely would come and fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That's what I think is likely going to play out on EU. It is likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before it goes bearish. But before you jump in and start buying, ensure a bullish reversal pattern forms before you jump in and start buying. Ensure a bullish reversal pattern forms. Let's go down to daily. What do we have on the daily time frame? So daily, you can see market tested this zone. Okay, and there's a rejection from that zone. So let's go down to 4 hour. What pattern do we have on 4 hour time frame? So you can see the pattern we have on 4 hour is similar to what we saw on AU and GU, AU and JU. Okay, so if the current 4 hour closes bullish, if it closes bullish, that will be a buy signal for me. If it closes bullish, if you can see this is a spinning bottom, this is an hammer spinning bottom. So all I'm waiting for is for the next candle, which is this, to close bullish before I would consider going bullish on Euro USD. Now let's go down to 1 hour. So on 1 hour, what do we have here? Okay, so same buyers, same analysis. So if 1 hour candle closes above the high of this candle, 1 hour should close above the high of this candle. As you can see, the resistance level was created here. So price should break this zone. I see this as my supply zone at the moment. This is my supply zone at the moment. If you go back here, you can see it was a support, which has become a resistance. You can see support on resistance. We had a support here also, which became a resistance. We had a support here also, which became a resistance. So if 1 hour candle closes above this zone, that tells me that demand has increased, demand has exceeded supply, and if demand exceeds supply, I should look for buy. Price is expected to go up. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on Euro USD, GBP USD, Australian dollar USD. All these three pairs have, similar pattern. Okay, so you don't have to trade everything. You can just choose either you can trade GBP USD or Euro USD or Australian dollar USD. You don't have to trade the three pairs. You don't have to trade. Just choose one or two. Also, depending on your risk management. Okay, your risk management will determine how many pairs you can trade. Right, your maximum daily drawdown will determine how many pairs you can trade. Okay, so that's my take on Euro USD. If 1 hour closes above this high, that is a buy for me. That is a buy for me. So I think that will be all for tonight's session. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? That will be all. I really want to appreciate every one of you for your participation. I appreciate you all. I really want to appreciate you all. I want to believe you're getting value from the live stream. If there's any way you think I can serve you better, please let me know. Okay, let me know. The other ways you think serve you better, let me know. Let me know. Any questions? So our next class will be on Tuesday. Okay. Our next class, or most likely tomorrow, New York session, I might come on live. Okay. So all right, thank you all, Mr. Raphael, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Anayo, Mr. Atsonda, where else again? Mr. Raphael, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Thank you very much for your participation. So I wish you all a profitable trading week. Please ensure you apply good risk and money management. Ensure you execute your trading plan. Okay, execute your trading plan. Don't be scared when you see the setup, probably because you've experienced loss executing that same setup in the past. Okay, don't be scared. Execute the trade, apply proper risk and money management. There are two possible outcomes. Either the market goes to hit your take profit or it goes to hit your stop loss. Okay, and when it hits your stop loss, don't revenge trading. Okay, accept that loss, wait for the next opportunity. There would always opportunity to recover whatever money you lost in the market. Just be patient. Okay, just be patient. Once the market hits your stop loss, close your laptop for the day, go out and do some other things. Okay, take your attention from the charts. Okay, don't revenge trading, please. If you revenge trading, there's a high probability you would lose. Ensure you see your setup before you execute the next trade. So I wish you all a profitable trading week. I wish you all a profitable trading week. By the time we meet next week, I believe you all will be coming with testimonies. You'll be coming with testimonies on how much you made this coming week. That will be it. It will be a week of testimony. Profit, 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 profit. Good night, guys.